Nothing new to really announce, but we shall begin, I think. What I will do, because I forgot to do this before, I will quickly just hide that for the time being, and we will say go. So, do you remember where you were last session?
Getting scammed for all our money.
Not
No.
quite.
Oh, sorry, I mean at a fair.
This is true. Welcome back, everyone, to WizardCon. With banners and stalls, busy wizards throughout the street, and dueling pairs going at it. The party gathers themselves after an eventful food and drink session, and before buying the last of their supplies for the day's events. The party of Cat, Kay, Curve, Romulus, and Vinny, up to this point, have earned some favour and coin from Farganuk's up-and-coming mayor, after defeating the Fire-Hilt Demonologists to the far west of their current location. Now, with their money spent on new magic items and materials, consumables, and other bits and pieces, we return to them, having eaten and prepared for the rest of their time here at WizardCon. So, having spoken with your various friends and allies on the first day, going around exploring all the stalls, you otherwise watch and see some of the events that begin to occur over throughout the day. Various individuals having a familiar competition where they put their familiars up on stands that are otherwise been groomed and dressed up in particular styles of all different manner of familiars. You get imps, owls, kind of mini what look to be koala bears as well. Slightly bigger than that, spiders, manner of little familiars that individuals have as they have all gathered together over the course of this time. With the familiar competition coming to an end and the party now realizing that the day is over, individuals begin to retire for the evening. Stalls begin to be pulled down, stock moved back into the side of carts and caravans as individuals begin to go to rest. Wizards, some of them beginning to teleport out, it would seem, and leaving the day to it, while others go about their business of finding a place to stay or heading to a predestined location. Now, I believe you, who have already been in Berlin, have acquired a place to stay already,
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
We pre-booked or pre-ordered some nights before we left.
Mm-hmm. And heading back there, you otherwise meet back up with Von Vecchi and his Geo Wards, as they're otherwise having a few drinks, enjoying the night, as one of them, as Von Vecchi turns to you, kind of gives you a wave as you otherwise head over to his particular table. So, you enjoyed your time out in the festival?
It was good fun. About the rest
Glad
of
to
you.
hear. The others all kind of nod and kind of murmur. One of them kind of, you can see that one of them is beaming, and looking over, you can see that their ferret won fourth place in the familiar competition. As they're otherwise kind of just sat there beaming with the ferret running around their feet with a very large bow on and a ribbon otherwise attached to the bow itself. Well, we've all had our fun for the day. And of course, over the next few days, I'll be helping you with your scholarship, and we'll be attending a few of the events around town. If there's anything else that you want to do, just let me know. And obviously, you three, gesturing to his Geo Wards, you're all welcome to explore the festival as you see fit. You've come here on duty, but everything should be fine for the time being. I'll be helping out Kat with her research, and who knows, if you want, you can head around with the rest of them and find out a few bits of information if you need to. Either way, I've otherwise covered food and drink for tonight as well. You may be on yourself over the next few days, but so you'll have to pay for costs then, depending on where I am at any given time. But I'm happy to cover the costs for now.
Okay, thank you.
That's all right. So, is there anything you wish to do before going to bed? Or retiring for the evening, I should say.
How long we got before sleep, really?
I'll say it's late afternoon, so I'd say it's gotten to about 7:30, 8 o'clock ish. It's given that it's nearing or it's early autumn, the sun is going down a little bit earlier now. You've had high summer, and heading into the sections of early autumn, it's getting darker sooner.
Okay. I will.
I would like to have a conversation with Kat, if Kat is not busy.
Okay.
Okay. Well, after the conversation, before that, I'm going to ask Romulus. Hey, Romulus,
Yes.
would you be able to help me carve this? Gesturing to the bit of mahogany.
Well, mahogany is certainly an interesting wood to carve, but I could give it a go. I'm quite familiar with.
Oh, it'd be really helpful. I'm not so great at carving. I can enchant and stuff, but I'm not so good with carving. And yeah, I'll give a quick little breakdown to what it is that I would like. So it'd be basically gonna look like vines creeping up the center of the thing with Cychania creeping up the other side. So it's creating sort of an almost double helix of vines and Cychania. Then at the top there'll be a crystal.
To clarify, are you wanting the actual Cychania to be doing it, or do you want an image of Cychania?
An image, if you could carve like Cychania into it.
So you're sure you don't want like a groove that's like a cut grooves into it that Cychania herself could then lay herself on top of?
Oh, that's good. Oh, I like that. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I've. Yes, that's much cooler. Thank you.
Oh, this is why you do the carving and not me. You're very wise.
Dad Romulus has all the best ideas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can probably give that a go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll be able to spend some significant time. The more time you spend on it, the lower the DC is. So if there's no rush, then this could be done over several weeks and allow it to be done well to a good standpoint. If it needs to be done sooner rather than later, then it's going to take more. Then it's going to be a higher DC.
When do you need this to be done by?
Preferably before WizardCon ends. Sorry, I'll just take my mouth full.
I've never before condoned hitting your child. But suddenly, I understand now. You didn't think to sort this out before WizardCon started.
It's preferable if you can't get it done before it ends. That's not a problem.
The issue is that in order to get it done quickly, we run the risk of wasting materials and potentially failure. If we were to do it slower, it's much more likely to succeed. What is more important to you, getting it done by the end of WizardCon, or making sure that we don't have to purchase any more mahogany?
Trying to get some more mahogany is going to be costly and take a lot. But I mean, there's no guarantee we'd even be able to get it. So less risk to the mahogany, the better. So I don't mind waiting a little while.
All right. In that case, I will gladly start carving it in our evenings. Because I'm doing this over a long period of time, would it be acceptable to say Constitution as the modifier?
It will depend on what parts of this it will require. Most of this will be Constitution. There may be a little bit of Dex in there as well, just for the finer details and get the kind of the proportions of it all correct and making sure it's all accurate. But for the most part, it won't be too difficult. So for comparison, at your current level, carving this, because it's a tier 5 wood, correct? Okay. With a tier 5 wood, it would be a base DC of 19. But if you're going to take more time with it, the DC can be decreased by 5, but if it needs to be done in an emergency, the DC will increase proportional to the haste. So are you doing this over a long period of time, you said? Okay. So the base DC would be base DC would be 14 then, for if you're taking a long period of time, like a month to do this. If you wanted to take, say, for example, a week or 2 weeks, then I'd say DC would go down to 17.
Okay.
If that works for what you want to try and do.
I think so. I may be
Okay.
going slightly insane, but I think so.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so we'll make some rolls after when we get to the end of WizardCon. I'll make a note on that on my list of things to do here.
Cool. Remove myself from the equation so that Cat and Curve can convene.
Alright, sorry, we are on our own currently.
You're currently sat around a table, but I mean,
Then-
you can head back to your rooms to discuss if you want to.
Yes, I would like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. See you tomorrow then.
See you tomorrow morning.
Okay. Heading back up to your rooms, each of you in that tow. Romulus and Vinny, you head to your rooms. Kay doesn't show up for the time being, but you know Kay likes to go out at night, and he may have forgotten that you were here at this tavern for the time being. But you're certain you'll see him through WizardCon, depending on what happens over the course of it. He'll find his way back to you eventually. He always finds a way. Onveki and his crew are further down, just a few doors down from you, and they otherwise stay there for the night. But as we focus in on Cat and Curve here, heading back to your rooms, you have a discussion.
Hey, Cat,
Yeah.
do you recall a certain favor you owe me?
Yeah.
Well, I would like to cash it in.
Wow, you wasted no time, but okay.
No. I try not to. Do you still have that, blood crystal?
Yes.
My favor, would you please give me one?
Yeah, sure. No worries. I'll hand over one of the crystals. Don't touch it. What do you want to use it for?
Oh, you don't need to know. But your debt is resolved.
You know they're dangerous though, right?
Everything's dangerous.
Just don't touch
Marshmallows aren't dangerous.
Well, if you
they're
heat
hot,
them
they
up
are.
too much, they can burn your mouth.
it. Cat's not dangerous.
In that case, I would say
That's
fire
a
is
lie.
dangerous.
We all know that.
Sure.
Fucking crime child.
I blame my parent. Adopted parent.
Do I have a way to actually take the crystal without?
They're wrapped up.
They're wrapped up, so
Each
you'll
one
be able
I
to
can take
handle
one.
it.
And a word to the wise cat: be careful next time before you make a deal with a hellish being. They're not all as nice as I am.
Fair, but you're not a hellish being. You're a friend.
I consider myself both.
Well, yeah, fine. I suppose realistically you are, but I don't look at you as a hellish being. You're my friend.
Curve goes quiet, and sort of nods, and leaves the room.
As she's leaving the room, if you need help with anything, just ask. I'm happy to help.
Sure thing, Cat.
Okay.
Am I happy to go into my room and do what I need to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds clandestine as fuck.
Okay, I will put the crystal down on the floor, and I will take the wrapping off the top of it, and then I will take out the scythe, and I will lower the blade of the scythe down onto the stone, gently.
As the blade of the scythe otherwise makes contact with the blood crystal, there is an immediate surge of magic as your hands almost instinctively tighten around the scythe, like a fishing rod that has just begun catching a fish, and you tighten in that moment, feeling power be drawn in and up through the scythe itself. In that moment, you begin to feel its presence push through your body, a crackling behind your eyes and in your ears. As you hold the scythe there in that moment, you wait for a moment as it passes, and you look down and see that the blood crystal has gone dark and begins to crumble. The scythe itself has grown slightly. There are almost red veins and cracks across the metal itself that slowly beat like a heart before fading into the metal itself. As you hold the scythe there, you feel two presences not far from you begin to approach you. It's strange how you know they're there, but you can feel them nonetheless.
Hello?
Presence-wise, you can feel that they are making their way towards the city.
Oh. Not that close then.
No, but they're moving at quite a high speed.
Interesting. Is there anything else I can sort of sense about them?
At this current moment, no.
Oh, I don't even get to roll.
No, unfortunately not. But you can feel that your weapon has become more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
Can I inspect the scythe more closely?
You can, yeah. Looking at the scythe, you can see where the main blade is otherwise meets the main haft of it, kind of the metal decorations across the side. There is a semblance of almost dried blood as you look across its form, as if it's been decorated with something new, something magical. And you can sense and feel the faint vibrations and crackling that you felt before from in behind your eyes and in your ears as you run your fingers along the edge of it. It has power. It has absorbed it and contained it, it would seem.
Curve goes, sick! A bit too loudly. Oh.
The rest of you hear this.
Yeah. And I hurriedly turn off the lights and get into bed.
Okay. Getting into bed, you can feel the presences get closer and closer. As they do, they continue getting closer until you feel that they stop not far from your current location. Somewhere above, perhaps, or below. You're unsure.
I toss and I turn because this sense I'm not going to get any rest till I figure this out. I get up out of bed. I exit the door. I try and figure out, are they above or below?
From what you can tell, I'll say go ahead and roll me just roll me an intelligence check.
Uh.
Because I know you're good at those.
Uh-huh. 12.
12. You think about it for a moment and you try to hone in on where it is, and you gather that whatever the presences must be, the two presences you can feel, are above you somewhere. And as you kind of begin to move through the hallway, you can feel them slightly tailing you on the rooftop.
Is there anyone's rooms that I pass on the way?
I'd say probably
Members?
Romulus's and Vinny's.
Okay, I will knock on Romulus's door. As quietly, but hopefully enough to alert. Romulus, not the people.
In classic Romulus fashion, Romulus is probably still asleep in this instance. Meanwhile, Vinny, I'd say you probably hear this.
Oh, that's it. Sorry, I didn't realize my thing had been muted.
Okay.
Oh,
I headset rather than my thing, so I was like, wait, I'm visible. Why isn't my thing working? I was like, all right, I'm being stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was carving wood. What seems to
Right,
be?
of course.
oh shit.
Also, having heard the knock, Vinny is going to be like sitting by the door, listening in on this, just to keep appraised of the gossip.
Okay.
Romulus, I might need some backup.
All right.
Oh,
I will.
I did pick up the scythe. Is that okay to say I picked up the scythe?
Yeah. I
Okay.
assume you're still carrying it.
Yeah.
What seems to be the problem?
I can detect people upstairs.
Detect them.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Magic.
Elaborate.
Possible danger.
What tipped you off to this?
I don't usually detect people.
What I meant was, why were you trying to detect people in the first place?
I wasn't trying.
That seems unlikely.
Roll me an insight check. And Curve,
Good thing
roll
I
me,
got advantage on those.
and Curve, roll me a persuasion check against.
I think it's a fair, logical assumption to make of, like,
Yeah.
how could you possibly detect something if you weren't looking for it? And if you were looking for it, why were you looking for it? 18 plus 4? 22?
13.
13. You can tell that Curve's being genuine. She wasn't trying to sense anybody, and all of a sudden she can.
What allowed you to start sensing people?
I don't know. Magic works in weird ways.
I feel like the I don't know has to be a lie of some level. Like, that's. But I don't. But Romulus doesn't know enough about magic to really argue the point any further. All right then. Well, let's keep an eye on things, I suppose.
Is Vinny doing anything with this information, or will Vinny be staying in the room?
I mean, from what I'm gathering from this conversation, the two of them might be going off to some sort of danger. So if I hear them leaving, I'm going to tail at a distance.
Okay.
Yes, I will be sort of leading the way.
Where are you heading?
Following the vibes.
So where do the vibes take you?
Upstairs.
There is. As you otherwise begin to try and search for a stairway that leads up, you realise you're on the top floor.
I like to think it took at least 10 minutes for me to figure that out. They're on the roof, Romulus.
On the roof, you say?
On the roof.
Very well. Let us observe this roof.
Do you know how to get to the roof?
Do I know how to get to the roof?
You haven't found any way up to the roof thus far.
I mean...
There's always the long way. How much do you weigh?
Javelin.
You don't just ask a girl her weight, Romulus.
Now, that was Harlan asking, as clearly tell by the lack of voice.
Harlan
I like to
asking
think
her.
they're fairly different. But yes, I would like to know how much Curve weighs.
Should be in
Chris,
your bio.
My bio has my name, and that is it.
Then it hasn't been filled in which case,
Nothing. She's a feather.
I don't know.
Oh, wait. I on my character info sheet, I put 175 pounds.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd say that's doable for me.
For
So
throwing?
you're gonna just
Yeah.
throw me?
You're gonna have to toss me.
Okay, I guess I'm facing this alone.
Right.
I
No,
mean, I can spider climb.
Let us attempt to locate a way up. Is there an investigation check I can do? Or
Yeah, go for it.
bet you anything this is going to be like a 1 or a 2.
1 sec.
Ow. 15 altogether.
15. You look around on the interior of the building on anywhere that you're allowed to go, and you don't find a way up. Even asking the tavern or the rest house keeper, they let you know that there's no way to access the roof on the interior. You have to have a ladder to go up on the outside.
BRB.
And okay. And usually he has to ask a neighbor for one of them.
Okay, so if I just spider climb up the edge of the building, and then when I get to the top, I sort of keep on that edge. So if I need to do a quick breakaway, I can just climb back down to disengage.
Yeah, that'd be something you could do.
All right, I relate this plan to Romulus.
All right then, let's give it a go.
Okay. Heading out into the street, getting closer to midnight at this current time. Well, actually, no. Given you had the conversation fairly early, I'd say this is probably close to 10. You head out into the street. The crystal lanterns, otherwise glowing a faint light, a faint mist, otherwise coalescing over the city itself. A little bit of rain does pitter down, but it's not heavy and it's not cold by any means. It's just a gentle spit. As you head outside, you cast spider form and begin to climb up the edge of the building. The large wicker legs, otherwise pulling you up one step at a time. And as you reach the edge, before you reach the edge, the two presences that you can detect seem to move to the edge of the roof, and you watch as two heads poke over and look down.
That's not creepy.
Before you watch as two crows take flight and fly down in an attempt to land on your shoulders. Let's see how they do. First one does well, second one biffs it. So Romulus, from below, you look up and see Curve otherwise climbing the side of the rest house here. As you watch, as from your angle, you otherwise look up and you can see two crows hop off of the edge and fly down. One lands on Curve's shoulder well, the other one attempts to come in for kind of a speedy landing and misses and hits the wall in front of Curve and just kind of slides down the wall. Do you catch it? Romulus?
Oh, sorry, I guess. Let's
guess,
try.
okay.
Let's try.
We have danger sense, so advantage on this dexterity saving throw.
Oh, nope. Unlikely.
DC is 5 because it's just
Okay.
catching a slow-moving bird.
That is 6. So
you
I
are
do
fine.
technically succeed.
do-
I don't feel good
yeah.
about it, though.
You catch the crow as it otherwise lands in your hand. The other one otherwise sat on your shoulder there, Curve. So you're the new boss, eh?
Yes, I am small.
No, not you.
Avian.
The one on Curve's shoulder says this to Curve.
You didn't specify. I thought I'd take a shot.
No.
I like to think the one that fell is called Biff, and the one on my shoulder is Bill.
Biff and Bill.
Yeah.
All right, that's their new names.
Bill and
Yeah.
Ben. Much funnier.
Sorry,
Bill and Ben. It's like
Bill and Ben.
Bill and Ben or Biff and Chip.
Biff and Chip, yeah. I was thinking because the other one biffed it.
Ah.
I'm going with Biff and Bill though.
What about Wanker and Fuck Up?
No.
Seems fitting names from Curve.
Boss.
Oh, wait, no. Pigeon and Seagull.
Pigeon and Seagull.
I'm back, by the way.
Welcome back.
My food now.
Ah, wonderful.
Alright, I'll shut up now. Sorry.
So, Vinny, as you have otherwise been tailing this, you watch as Romulus, from what your vision, what you can see, Romulus is currently looking up where you saw Curve cast Spider Form and begin to climb up the building, before you watch as Romulus caught a crow, which is now beginning to flap about and try and stand itself upright.
Oh,
in Romulus's hands.
it definitely did not. I am like hands around it. It is fully encased by my massive.
You're just grappling it. Okay, yeah, there's no way it succeeds.
You you are a very small bird.
Oh.
Are you able to talk?
Fix your hand. Misses.
You would make an excellent feather duster. Curve, do you mind if I turn this one into soup and then a feather duster?
Okay.
Don't worry, this one doesn't talk, so I'm sure it's fine.
You didn't hear the other one
Oh,
talk.
damn it. Oh, I wanted to torture this bird.
Anyways, the reason
not
I
actually.
understand
A
them
cat's
is of
evil one?
beast speak.
Hey, I don't commit any crimes. Right, where do you want this bird?
Sorry, just checking. Do I understand them because of beast speak or some other?
Seemingly because of that, yeah.
Okay.
But you can sense that one of the forms that you were detecting is now below you, and the other one is on your shoulder.
Oh, okay. Loving it. Boss? Question mark as I look down at the other bird. And try to understand what the other bird is saying.
Yeah, you're the new boss. We've been sent here by higher ups. Said that we'd find you once you figured out how to activate murder. You know, gestures to the scythe.
Sorry, time out. That's really cool, Chris. Clever. I like it.
Thank
you. Because that's what a group of crows is called.
Exactly.
Oh, Curve wouldn't know that. She'd just think it's cool.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and are you guys going to help me?
Yeah,
Or at least
we're your pals, your friends, your familiars.
Well, I think Romulus might have ideas for that one.
Yeah, he ain't the brightest.
What's his name? You know what?
Eugene.
Eugene.
Yeah.
And yours?
Filch.
Eugene and Filch. Let me make sure I write that down. Sorry, one sec. Eugene. Stupid.
Wow.
And Filch.
Yes, Filch.
Filch.
Yep.
Gangster. Right. Familiars.
Yeah, we've been sent to you. Make sure to take care of you. Make sure everything's alright.
Well, that's awfully sweet of the Crow Lord.
You know, it's not exactly sweet. We're kind of bound to the weapon. We don't get a choice.
Well, that's convenient. What can you do exactly?
Do what familiars do. Fly around, be crows, be annoying, poop on things. parry enemies to make sure you got a bit more of a chance. Oh, and you can turn one of us into a curse.
I think I'm gonna like you guys.
Hope so.
Alright, I will start spider climbing back down.
Mm-hmm.
Does Eugene say anything?
He's kind of attempting to peck Romulus. Natural 20. Romulus, you take 2 points of piercing damage as he pecks you, and you just kind of instinctively let go of one hand, and he attempts to break free. You're also disadvantaged still. No. That's a -2.
Cease attempting to bite me, or I will turn you into stew.
Get your hands off me!
There we go. Now
You can't hear him. This is what Curve is.
Are you sure? I use my
Yes.
Path of the Totem Warrior thing, which lets me use Speak with Beasts.
Then, which case there you hear him say that. Get your hands off me!
I'll get my hands off you when you stop struggling, you little shit.
Roll me an animal handling check.
+1 to this.
Oh, he is handling though.
9.
Squirms harder.
What did I just say? What did I just say? I swear to God, I'll turn you into fucking casserole.
Yeah, the boss of me. I can't be turned into casserole.
I'll find a way, you little shit. No, I actually don't care that much. Curve, would you like your bird back?
Yes, apparently his name's Filch.
Well, Filch, in future.
No, I'm
no.
Filch. That was Eugene.
Oh,
Fuck.
apologies.
Just give us your
Eugene.
own names that you think work for us. It'd be better. That way you don't get us mixed up again.
That sounds like brain hard.
Yeah, boss said you weren't the smartest.
Oi.
You got a brother who's a genius.
Well, I'm good at things.
Yeah, losing geese.
For some reason.
My apologies. Losing goose.
Sorry, I need a second. What now? Is that any way to talk to your new boss? And I smirk with my teeth.
Not like you can get rid of us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They come back every day. You can burn us, boil us, turn us into pancakes. The rest of our remains just disappear and we come back tomorrow. Come from the 9 hells. Well, the 7 hells, sorry. And of course, we die over and over there. You know how it is for us crows.
Yes, I definitely know what it's like for you crows.
Glad we have an understanding.
So that's why I could detect you, and you can detect me?
Yeah, because we're your familiars. You know where we are, we know where you are. Can always make our way back. Ain't that right? Okay, of course. Can you tell the big one to let me go?
Oh,
All right, I'll let him go. I throw him into the air like a javelin.
Yeah. He flies up for a bit, flutters, struggles, but then lands on Curve's shoulder.
You're going to need to work on your wing strength.
One
looks
step
at
at a
his-
time, they couldn't find their way into the building.
Looks at its wing. We didn't know where you were. We didn't want to cause a ruckus by heading in on our own. We thought we'd wait for you out here. But obviously you could tell where we were, so you were suspicious, I bet.
Very, I couldn't tell what you were. But
That's
pleasant
that's
surprise.
surprising.
Allies are allies, even
That's
if
fair.
they are. Well, I think it's time for bed.
Yeah. You'll get some rest. Eugene, you're on first watch. Aye, aye, Captain. and otherwise flies up and onto the roof.
Hearing that Curve is about to return, I'm gonna take this opportunity to creep back to my room.
Sneaky.
Any chance of catching Vinny doing this?
Vinny rolls with advantage, and this will be versus your passive perceptions.
Amazing. My passive perception is trash at 14. It's actually not that terrible.
14 is the highest in the party, I will say.
Yeah.
That's because we're all trash, not because I'm good. I assure you. Come on, give us double threes. I don't even know if that would do it with you.
No, Vinny sneaks back to his room undetected.
Knock, knock, knock. Vinny, you'll never guess what just happened.
I would quickly like to talk to Romulus as we walk back.
Hello there, Curve. What do you require?
Well, I'm glad they weren't a threat. Yes, I think this is all very ironic. No, what's the word? Ironic.
Ironic?
Do you know what the name Curve means?
Well, the word curve tends to mean, well, a sloping line.
No. K-I-R-V. Curve.
Which language?
My
Words
language.
mean different. Words mean different things in different languages.
Now use it in a sentence.
Alright, I speak a sentence with word curving in my language, if that helps.
Right.
It is in Infernal. Do you speak Infernal?
I do not speak Infernal.
No, so you just hear...
Interestingly enough, in a language that you wouldn't have heard of called Hebrew, Kurov means to bring close.
Ew. Well...
So in Gnomish.
Okay, well let's not put any races in any specific peoples.
Halfling. It's better than Goblin.
It's better than Goblin, not by much.
Well, where I'm from, curve means bird. And by this point, I've had enough of birds.
Yes, that does seem interesting. The fact that your name is Bird, you're searching for a bird, and you have no bird. You now have two birds when you were looking for one, but they're both the wrong bird. It's like that song. Something about irony and knives and forks. I don't really remember it, but it's a stupid song.
Hey, it's not like it's our fault that she's called Bird. She got to choose her virtue name, alright?
You get to pick your name.
Well,
Yeah, that's what tieflings do. They pick their name according to what's relevant to them.
Intriguing.
well, not when you're in a family of 8. There's a sort of way people call you something and then they keep going like a bad joke.
It sticks.
Maybe I fell off a roof. I don't know. Anyway.
Explain a lot.
Do you wish to continue being called Curve?
I'd never thought about it.
There are other names.
I know that.
We can call you Brian.
How about
Right.
Wellington?
Or Wellington. Oh, that sounds very elegant. Rolls
Like a
off the
boot.
tongue.
Makes sense.
Sorry. Did the DM just confirm that Wellington boots exist in this world?
No.
Oh yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
of course not.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Rather
God
re-
damn it! I had so many plans involving rubber.
Rubber exists.
Yeah, but I need
Rubber comes out of trees.
I need manufactured rubber. Look.
You're not going to get manufactured rubber in a pre-industry world.
How difficult is it to get a hold of just raw rubber?
I mean, you'd need the right trees and the right climate. You'd probably have to head further east into the Majocracy to get the right climate.
Okay, but
Brother, I hardly know her.
it is. If I was to get there, it would be possible.
It would be possible, yeah.
Excellent.
I mean, rubber isn't something that's used a lot, but
Ah, that's fine. That's fine.
Well, I'm
And
not going to
again,
be called Wellington.
Understood. We'll come up with a much better name for you.
so you're taking Brian then.
I don't think so.
Ah,
I think I'll stay with Kurt for now.
Well,
If you know how family is. Well, maybe you don't. Your family is very.
exceedingly fucked up, yes, and I didn't meet any of them until about, what, like 2 months ago now?
you do have a lot in common. I'll meet you back in the room. Otherwise, flies into your room, Kurt.
It'll be
Your
nice.
bird seems nice.
I'm sure I'll learn to hate them soon.
Yes, I'm sure you will.
What do you mean?
Well-
Look, Kurt pretends to hate when she really loves. Get used to it.
You know, that smacks of an unhealthy personal life that perhaps you might need to work on. Just saying.
I don't understand.
Well, your hatred for things that you love could be related to your own unresolved feelings towards your family.
You're
Just
right.
a thought.
I might just need to kill them all, and then I can get over it. Thanks.
No, I
Willis.
think you're
I
missing
think I
the
should go
point.
now. I'm going to go back to bed. Thanks for this talk. Night.
Good night, Curve. I am not suggesting
Night-night.
familicide.
Sleep well.
If you don't deal with your trauma will deal with
Face the
you.
floor.
Shouts that down the corridor as literally everyone in all the rooms just hears that one sentence.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh, Romulus, for fuck's sake, I was sleeping.
Cat has a deep dive into
Were
her own
you?
conscience.
It's 9:30, Vinny. Who are you?
Everyone back in time. It was 10 when you left the building.
Oh, it's 10 when we left the building. I apologies, I misheard.
It's 10:15.
It's 10:15, man. For God's sake.
Yes, you see, I was lying. Anyway, good night.
All right.
Okay.
Most professional exchange ever. I was
Mhm.
lying. Good night. Okay.
Also,
As
I
you
just want
all-
to say,
Mhm.
Chris, are you
Yeah?
slowly turning Curve into Odin?
No,
I mean,
that
she's
wasn't
got,
the
she's got the
intention.
bird,
Yes,
she's got the
please.
beard.
if an eye goes missing soon.
I hadn't
Yeah.
thought about that.
Is this
Curve,
like,
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to listen to Harlan's voice of reason. You're going to have to lose an eye at some point in the future.
yeah.
I can help.
I mean,
I'm sure you
she's this
can.
enormously powerful and like serious being that keeps getting caught up in like slapstick bullshit. That feels very much like Norse mythology to me.
You know what? He's got a fucking point.
He does.
Yeah. And it's all unintentional too. It's great, isn't it? Oh. Well,
That's D&D, baby.
it is. But as you otherwise get your rest curve, just so you know how your weapon has upgraded as a result of this. It is now a stirring class weapon. So it has more ways to go in terms of being awakened and ascended. The weapon itself has now become +1, and you attain, or you gain 2 familiars, 2 familiar crows, and you gain a second use of Hexblade's Curse because of these 2 familiars. If both of them are killed prior to using your first Hexblade's Curse within a short rest, then you do not gain, then you lose it as a result. but most of the time it's okay. And most of the time we'll probably forget. But I've updated everything that you otherwise need, and the rest of you otherwise have your long rest. You wake in the morning, having an early breakfast, and can you go about having going about your spell creation today with on Becky? Oh, what was that?
Sorry, I need to take my headphones out because I was speaking and I couldn't. The microphone wasn't working.
Ah, okay. What were you saying, sorry?
I was just saying, I lose Hexblade forever, right?
Hexblade? No.
Sorry, it was
No.
a joke of the moment.
Okay. And with so is there anything else the rest of you would like to do during this day?
Organize therapy for Curve.
Can I? Oh, did you change my sheet, Chris?
Yes, you have 2 uses of Hexblade's curse, and your weapon is now stronger.
Because I was just about to fill that in. Sorry. Okay. Thank
No,
you.
no, that's all right. I did it while you were having conversations with Eugene and Filch.
And for the record, in Norse mythology, they're called Hugin and Munin.
Hugin and Munin.
So you got Eugene and Filch, the budget versions.
I believe that translates to thought and memory, right, Simon?
Not certain why you're asking me, but probably.
Yeah.
Simon, I just assume you have random bits of knowledge.
Ask this question in
okay.
2 weeks' time when we got new Jamie back, right? Oh, no.
Well, I've read up on Norse mythology. Norse mythology is my favorite mythology. And yes, it is memory or mind and thought.
Noise.
They fly over and return information to Odin.
As he sits upon the Hildsraf.
Well, if you want to rename them, feel free to do so. You can turn into Odin if you want to.
That's pretty cool. It turns out one of them will just accidentally peck me in the eye, and that's how I lose my eye.
Yes, this is entirely accurate.
What if that's what happened to Odin, and then he just came out with this wild story because he was too embarrassed to say that he just got pecked in the eye?
I can see it happening.
Moving on.
I can see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Moving on.
That's right. As you otherwise have the day to you, Romulus preparing therapy and carving over the course of the day. Vinny and Curve, is there anything specific you'd like to do over the next few days, or is it just a see how it goes?
Well, over the next few days, I would like to continue practicing and try and get proficient at the lute. The only other specific thing I need to do is I would like to write another letter.
Okay.
So I need to find a courier.
Yeah, that should be all right. Okay.
I think Curve will just be practicing with her familiars. If it's alright, like practicing one of them not completely missing her arm and falling onto the ground.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, practicing with the familiars. The familiars in question, you learn that you can, as per the Find Familiar spell, you can use your bonus action to see and hear what they see and hear, but then you become blind and deaf to your usual senses. So you can see through their eyes and hear what they hear and stuff. You can send them out on quests and missions, and they can speak with you telepathically for up to 100 feet. But you, due to the specific nature of your weapon, can feel their presence and where they would otherwise be within a 1 mile radius.
I need these guys to have a conversation with Jeff at some point.
Oh, good God.
Please.
Oh, that's going to be so intelligent.
Oh, no.
So, Kat, while you're working on your spell and all this is going on, the next day, with the events that you otherwise attend to otherwise watch, you head to the Wizarding Duels. While you're there, you begin to watch and witness the various individuals going about their duels. Just fanciful things. The terms of it are more on theme compared to the previous ones that you had been to and seen within Zaker's Crossing. The rules, in specifically from what you understand, no counter spells are to be used. It is attack spells only, and effects that can only affect a single person. Any AoEs are otherwise not allowed, and several walls of force are put up in place around the arena with doorways to allow people to enter and exit for the various duels, so that other individuals aren't hit. The duels go through, and you can see that there are several wizards who have grief with one another and go at it with great ferocity, while others have a semblance of pride, and there is a ranking board from what you can tell, where individuals are otherwise competing with one another for the top spot. And this proceeds for a good hour or so. People watch and enjoy, cheer, bet, drink, usual stuff. As the day otherwise goes on, Kat, I'd like you to go ahead and roll me an investigation check, if you please.
Okay. 30-20.
Okay. As you're otherwise wandering around after the duels have completed, you can see there are all manner of individuals who have watched and enjoyed, very much taking in the scenes and the surprise of everything that took place. Before you hear a voice go, "Kat, it's good to see you!" And a young human otherwise runs over to you. Celty, if you remember who that is.
Celty. Where do I know that name? Is that one of the...
This is probably a really bad stab in the dark, but that isn't the peacock one from the other fight, was it? Like the old duel, not duel,
No,
like wizarding competition.
yeah, maybe it's someone from the other wizard. I think, yeah, you're correct there. It sounds familiar.
But could be absolutely wrong.
No, I
No,
think you're right.
you are in fact correct. Celty, however, in this particular instance, isn't the. You're right in the location. Celty isn't the peacock aviar, however.
Oh.
I'll give you inspiration still for knowing the place where it was. Celty is the human who you spoke to afterwards, the rune wizard.
Yeah.
Or the runesmith who worked in flesh magic.
Yes, that's goddamn someone that did a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hi. I guess it makes sense that you'd be here.
Well,
How
yeah.
how have you been?
Good, busy. Constantly seem to be going from one disaster to another disaster, but it's nice to just stop for a little while.
Oh.
I also accepted a scholarship.
Oh, a full scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
Well, congratulations. I've managed to make I'm already in the apprentice program at Zakers and making my way towards a scholarship hopefully soon. Who's your scholar, if I may ask?
I wrote it down.
I don't fucking remember.
Yeah, it's on Veki.
On Veki? It's a natural one, has no idea.
Same as me, say rune wizard, but from the Dwarven Kingdoms.
Oh. Well, congratulations. I hope that works out in your favour.
Mm-hmm. He's currently helping me make a spell.
Oh, what kind of spell, if I might ask?
Elemental. And just gonna chat a little bit about sort of like the spell, the parameters, the idea.
Mm-hmm. That does sound intriguing. It sounds very much like summoning magic in its own way, conjuration and all that.
Yeah, it's pretty much it. But just means that I have a buddy that will be with me, help protect. Because I mean, let's be honest, everyone has their flaws. If I can circumnavigate them with the use of friends, then can't go wrong.
Yeah, by all means. Well, it's been good catching up with you and seeing you. Glad you're staying safe.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, well, enjoy your time at the Wizard Con. Hopefully, I'll see you in a few months if you're going to the next one.
Yeah, the one at Marrowsmere, if I recall rightly.
Yes. Yeah, cause I'm in between apprenticeship and scholarship, I'm able to go. Once I get in my scholarship, I don't know if I'll be able to, but me and my brother are hoping to take a year out in order to go adventuring and see how we fare in the wider world.
Be right back.
Okay, that makes
Mhm.
sense. Well, how about this? Let's both of us work really hard to improve ourselves, and then
Mhm.
the next Wizard Con, would you like to duel?
Yeah, I'd love a rematch.
Cool. All right.
We'll
next
see how
Wizard Con,
we'll see how it fares.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll have your powerful artifact, and we'll have to see if I can steal it.
Looks down at Sidechania. No.
If you remember, she used her summons to steal wands from other wizards to win bouts.
Look, it's a smart way to
It was
fight.
a very
It is a
smart way to
very
fight.
smart way to win. Yeah.
Well, I'll be sure to use a wand that I'm not afraid of breaking. But it's a very tactical way of playing. I will give you that.
Wizards have one main weakness. If it's not their spellbook, it's their focus.
It's true. See, I don't think you'd be able to break Sidechania, I'm afraid.
Probably not, but I could give it a go.
Fair. I'm gonna hold my hand out and give it a shake.
She shakes your hand. Well, anyway, it's a promise then. We'll have a duel at the next Wizard Con.
We will do. You take care and good luck and get strong.
You too. The voice nods. Looks at you, Romulus. Oh, and my brother said if you're able to, well, at the next Wizard Con, if I let my brother know, I'm sure he'd be very much happy to give you another arm wrestle. He's been improving his magic more.
Wait, so your brother's the buff wizard.
The buff wizard, yeah.
Cool. I'm more than happy to go up against him again. I might have to pull out all the stops this time, if he's been practicing.
Oh, by all means. But, well,
Was
We'll see
I
you there.
was I able to giant? I don't believe I giant sized in that.
I don't
no,
think
you
so.
couldn't giant size at that point. No, you were using your rages in order to give yourself advantage. But you'll have your giant size to you. You'll have all of this stuff. And,
Imagine, Chris. Imagine, just like, oh, you want to? Let's go.
It's gonna be interesting to see how it turns out. I mean, you're a
both-
rune knight. He's a rune wizard. We'll have to see how that goes.
Mm.
I'm just imagining that. Oh God, what's that fucking movie scene where the two buff dudes like do like the arm grip thing? Oh, it's used in a lot of memes.
Oh, the
Yeah.
one where he's like, "You son of a bitch."
You son of a bitch. I
yeah.
mean, that sort of one. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. I don't know what it's called, but I know what you mean.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I
right?
know the exact name. Yeah. That's
I'm
what it's
just
gonna be.
imagining us doing that after a weird muscle fight. Oh, it'd be great. All right,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Okay. So, is there anything else you would like to do, or is it moving on to the next day and just proceeding through the other events?
Yeah, I don't have anything else.
Okay.
Just have plans for
So
the
with
last-
carving,
No, one last thing actually. I need to get chests, don't I? But I can pick that up
yes,
at any time. Like
you
on the
can
way
pick that
out,
up at
'cause it's
any
not
time.
always-
Yeah, because you'd have to go to a regular vendor for
Yeah,
that. Which,
yeah,
by the way,
that's
regular
cool.
vendors are still available in Braylon. So
No, that's cool. We can do that on the way out, should we need to.
all right. So, next few days go by. Going to the various events, you see a magical flare competition where individuals cast magic in a unique and interesting way to show off the flavor of the magic that they've learnt and gone through. There's also a pop quiz or kind of a group quiz night where individuals will sit down on tables and there are wizards in small teams. They name their team and go through the questions and the quiz and answer as many of them as they can, with a few of them coming out on top. You note that Onveki otherwise takes him and his group to participate in the pop quiz. They don't do very well, but they try. The third day, your spell is ready.
It's done.
Well, no, sorry, fourth day, your spell's ready.
Yeah.
When's the whole fighty thing happening?
I'm going to...
Fighty thing?
Wasn't that part of why would you want to do this? Because there was going to be like duels and stuff?
Oh, that was the duels we just watched.
The duels you watched the
I
day
didn't-
before, that's when
Oh, I
met
thought you were going
Selfie
to
there.
like get involved
I
as well.
thought about
Oh,
it.
no.
Originally, when I said I was going to join WizardCon, I thought about joining the duels.
Mm.
But then, a lot changed, and I'm making a spell, a staff, and
That's fair.
that fight kind of messed Cat up.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
And while we're down having breakfast, then, and all the party together, what's everyone's plans for today?
Same as the past few days. Keep
See if there's
looking
any
around,
way
keep
to make
practicing.
money.
Okay, I finished my spell, and I was wondering if
Yeah, that's good.
you lot wanted to help.
How can we help?
Well, all's together, so I've got to create it, and there's going to be an area. I'm not too sure what's going to happen when it's summoned. I mean, I have an idea of the parameters, but I'm not too sure how this is going to go down, so I would kind of like your help in case I have to fight it.
If I help you out, you owe me another favor.
Cat owes no one anything.
Well, not anymore.
But this'll help protect everyone.
Fine. I see you've gotten smarter.
Sure. Okay.
To be fair, your deal making's pretty bad, but you know.
Excuse me?
I said
Mhm.
sure.
No, I'm talking to my bird.
Oh, yeah, it's really weird. I can't get used to that.
I didn't say nothing.
Just honestly. Is this how it feels like for you lot when I'm talking to Jeff?
A little bit.
Jeff? Is that the name of the
Yeah,
grumpy
bit.
pigeon on her shoulder?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yes.
Eh.
Don't be too mean to Jeff, though. Jeff is...
Why not?
Jeff's pretty good. Jeff's like you, but less rude.
Sounds like a downgrade to me. I don't know.
Oh. My favourite's pubescent crow. Okay, well, if you're willing to help, then I'm not too sure if we should. Inveki's with us, isn't he? Because he's staying in the same place.
Yes, yeah, he's been staying with you, and the other three are going to head off and do their thing today.
Where do you recommend we try this?
I'd say we can go outside the city, and I can harden a bit of land to make it workable for drawing the glyphs. Hopefully that should work.
Okay, then. Yeah, we'll do that. If there's anything anyone wants to do beforehand, then by all means. But it'd be nice to have us all there to do this. I need to pick up a chest on the way out.
That should be alright. I'm sure we can find one.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm flexible in terms of time, so just let me know what you need.
You piqued my interest.
Okay. Yeah.
You coming too, Romulus?
I suppose there's very little reason not to.
All right. Right. Well, if you lot go looking for a chest, meet me out on the, I'll say northwest side of town.
Okay.
I'll see if I can find a clearing around there. Otherwise, he jogs off after you leave for the day. Festival again is in full swing.
Rightio. Okay, then I will go and head to. I mean, as it's been a few days, some places might have a lot of chests anyway from previously carrying stock. So I'll go to a couple of different merchants and see who's got a chest.
Okay. You going to regular merchants or are you going to
I'm gonna
magic ones?
every merchant on the way between here and the northwest.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check if you please.
+7, so it's 14.
Okay, 14. Northwest side of town. I mean, you're pretty close to the northwest as it otherwise stands.
Oh, okay, right.
Because if you remember, this is the inn you found when you came in from the northwest when you were coming from the mountains.
Oh yeah, we didn't come straight.
So
from
you're on the
this way.
northwestern side. So if you were to go northwest from here, you'd probably pass 2 residential blocks, and then you'd be out of the city.
Okay, then yeah, I'll head down towards where sort of like general store is and stuff like that. Asking at some wizard stores on the way through.
Yeah, okay. Asking at a few wizard stores, none of them really have chests that they want to sell. Most individuals have been keeping their stock in bags of holding, which they don't want to sell to people. People haven't really been keeping any of them, and if they have had chests, they've been either distributing them or selling them off or something else, but you don't find anybody with them. As you are wandering around, you pass by one of the areas which is part of the regular districts here in Braylin. You note that there are a few shops, one of which you've been into before was the blacksmith or the weapon shop. Heavy's weapon shop because the N fell off. And you also know that there is a carpenter as well.
Okay, I'll try. Do you need to go into the weapon shop for anything? Looking party.
I don't think I'll be able to find anything better than what we have currently that we can afford.
Okay, rightio.
I
Then
think I'm pretty sorted.
probably go into the carpenter shop then, as they're more likely to have one.
Okay. Heading into the carpenters, you head into the shop front itself. A sign up the front, otherwise reading the shop's name of Boardbinder. As you otherwise head inside, there is the very distinct smell of sawdust and fresh woods, oils and lacquers, and you otherwise head in and have a general look around and see what's going on before you watch as a kind of a gruff half-orc individual otherwise wanders out from the back reaches of the carpenting shop, kind of dusts himself off of sawdust. Bro, how can I help you today?
Hello, I've come to see if I can purchase a chest from you.
How big a chest do you need? Small lockbox, large clothing container, or bigger?
Ooh. What's the values of your chests?
Most of them sit around the regular price of a chest, which in the ledger here. So Chris needs to look up what the cost of a chest is.
Yeah, that's right. I'm doing that. I don't know why.
Of course you would.
It needs to be of 10 GP value. Okay.
Chest space cost is 5 GP, so you're going to be getting a big chest.
Romulus, would you be able
Big
to carry
chest would
that?
be 10 gold.
Cool. Okay. Looks around. Romulus, would you be able to carry that?
How much does it weigh again?
60 pounds when empty.
I could carry it. I'm not going to carry it for more than a day.
It's literally carrying it outside the city, town, village, place,
City.
city.
All right, I can manage that.
Okay, and then that will do.
All right then. Thank you kindly.
I'll hand over the 10 GP.
Goes and gets this very large chest designed for what it looks to be almost a luggage chest. In the way it's designed, you can see there are some locks on the front. It's not a complex and intricate designed one. It is a simple box, simple chest. And as it is brought over Romulus, it is a massive chest. You're not going to struggle to carry this, but you're going to need to use both hands. So if you are to get attacked in between your journey from here to your target, you would have to drop the chest, which isn't going to be an issue because you're not going to get attacked. But
Fucking better not. I'll hold you to that.
with that, you head to the casting site.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Heading to the casting site, you can see that there is a section of earth which has otherwise been packed. That's been packed down to be an area where you can draw the chalk and gem dust to kind of create the circle itself as you begin to go around and draw the symbols and the circles for each of the components, the lines that connect them all together, and having it all function as it would need to.
Right. Okay. Well, I believe this is done. Doing the last part, which is putting the emerald, green crystal, in the centre.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I really hope this works. So I've, just in case you need a mental image of what it is we're going to create, think big cat with a giant teeth and lots of crystal and earth and plant. It's the best I can give you.
Right.
Sounds
Oh.
epic.
Okay.
Right. Okay, well, if everyone wants to get within the boundary, and I will start casting.
Okay. You start casting the spell. Now, what's the cast time on the spell again? 1 hour.
An hour, okay.
So over the course of the next hour, as you're all kind of standing there within this large circle, as Cat has continued to, as Cat has drawn all of this and placed all the pieces down, there's a moment where Cat kind of places her hands against the edge of the circle, and you watch as magic begins to light up as it all connects one piece to another. The various ingredients otherwise converging onto one another, the emerald at the center, as they all kind of merge, the essence and the physical form of them being absorbed into the emerald itself. You watch as the earth around and under you begins to shift and move, pulling up. The rest of you, otherwise, this mental image painted for you. As you watch as the form begins to rise up, this kind of heavy earth, a little bit of mossy texture, and the large teeth and fangs otherwise rise from it. You watch as from Cat's arm there's this crackle of purple energy, which shoots from her hand and connects with the creature. You watch as it otherwise rises up in that instant to its quadrupedal form, teeth bared, a darker coloration to it, as what you had suspected may happen happens. I would like everyone to roll initiative for me, please. Okay, on Veki got decent. And you got that. Okay. 25 to 20.
Where's
Hold
my
on.
initiative? Where's my initiative? How am I this blind?
25.
There it is.
25. Okay. 20 to 15.
16.
Apologies, 21.
21 on Romulus, 16 on Cat, and Curve,
13.
13. Okay. Generally, good initiatives across the board. Okay. As you all gather yourselves in this moment, seeing the creature begin to form and move around, in this instance, the darker energy beginning to take more of a physical form. Let me quickly paint a quick image with a tile of what you see. It's not actually this big. This is just me making it bigger so you can see.
No, it's just
A
as big.
large fanged elemental creature. Its otherwise rocky formations making up the majority of its body, crystals of a dark red and purple hue, otherwise forming across it, vines reaching down almost a wooded limb, a large tail that otherwise flings behind it, a crystalline tip to the end of it. Vinny, as the creature roars at your party, very much hostile, what do you do?
I don't really know the best, most practical ways of dispelling magical summons, so I'm going to try and hit it.
Okay, go ahead and make me attack rolls, please.
Okay. Right. First attack with the scimitar.
Okay. Is this the ghost scimitar, or I don't remember which scimitar this is.
Sundance scimitar.
Ah, Sundance scimitar. Okay.
And then the ghost short sword.
And then the ghost short sword. Got it.
Ugh.
Okay. 2. As you take a strike towards it in this moment, your scimitar otherwise glides off of the stony surface of the dark formation before you.
Okay. Then I'm going to try and find a better spot to stab with the short sword.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. With the short sword going in for almost an understrike, you catch a portion of the stone, but the ice begins to form on the surface of the stone before the blade fully connects, and it otherwise glances and glides off, unable to really land a good solid hit against this tough creature.
Oh. Well done, Cat. It's very strong.
Sweat beading.
Okay. Romulus. Unless you wish to move at all, Vinny, because obviously you can do without prompting opportunity attacks because of your mobile.
Whatever movement I would have left, I'll use to back up.
Oh no, fancy footwork, sorry.
No, I'll put myself in position so someone else can try and move up and get flanking.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
I mean, it's going to be me immediately.
Yeah. Objective.
To clarify, we have seen no evidence that this thing could even at all be friendly.
It's shown no intent of being friendly, no. And you've seen it be corrupted by Cat's arm.
In that case, I am coming up, flanking, and I'm gonna give this thing a spanking.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to rage first of all.
Okay. Bonus action rage. As the totem begins to flare around your, from hanging around your neck, you begin to feel the essence of the bear instill within you, the mantle otherwise glowing with almost the spirit of the bear you once knew.
You're about to have a very bad time. And I'm going to smack the shit out of this bear.
Go for it.
Oh shit, I haven't actually put in my my halberd. That's a mistake.
How have you not put in your halberd? You've had it for so long.
I know. I must have forgot to put it in, or maybe I deleted it by accident. Oh well, it doesn't fucking matter. I know how much it is. It's the exact same because they're all the same. Plus 8 to hit. Let's go.
Okay, go for
Let's
it.
might as well reckless this. So it's actually plus 10 because of flanking. Oh wait, plus 11 now because it's proficiency, isn't it?
Mhm.
So I don't
Yes.
suppose a 28 hits.
28. 28 does hit.
Excellent.
Against the solid hide of this, as you swing in with the halberd.
It's 13 damage on the first hit.
13 damage on the first hit.
Two
Okay.
of it is cold, if that matters.
Not currently, no.
Second attack. Ah, shit. That's only a 14 to hit.
14 to hit misses. As you swing this with the second time, you watch as the tail comes up and bats the halberd further upwards, as it otherwise turns its attention to you, the tail beginning to crackle with what looks to be dark black energy writhing across the surface of it.
Intriguing. I end my turn. Yes.
Okay.
If at all possible, though, I will use any remaining movement to move myself so that it's possible for someone else to get to flanking.
Okay. In this instance, we now move to Dark Terrador's turn. Okay. Dark Terrador on its turn otherwise looks about the rest of you, kind of looking at everybody, but then focusing on you, Cat, who is currently in melee with it. It is going to make 2 slam attacks against you and 1 against Romulus. And 1 tail attack against Romulus.
Oh, no.
So, Cat, that first one is a 24 to hit.
Yeah, no, that hits.
The second is a natural 20. The tail attack against you, Romulus, which has advantage, is a 27 to hit. Now, with your diversion thing that you can do, Romulus, the diversion rune that you have,
Cloud rune, yes.
Yeah, can that just choose for it to not have a second target, or does it have to target another creature?
It does have to have another creature as a target.
So in this instance, you have to choose another target if you.
Are there any other creatures that are around us currently?
It is currently just your party. Other
Is there
people
a
aren't getting involved.
bird I can see or anything at all?
There are 2 familiars on Curve's shoulder, but I'm going to say that is up to Curve if she wants to use one as a sacrifice. Well, this might actually be more than one, given this is a natural 20 that you are diverting, so there will be additional effects depending on who it hits.
I will say I do have an idea, like a plan of using the birds for this.
So you don't want me to kill at least one of your birds. Got it.
Well, I'll just say I was gonna see if I could get the birds to try and peck out the eyes.
We've given you an idea, and you're going to roll with it now, aren't you?
Well, you know.
This is what happens.
That's fair. That's fair. I can't knock it. All right. Here's what I'm going to say. I will make use of my cloud rune because I don't know how powerful this thing is. This could just straight up kill Cat, and I can't allow that.
Okay.
And I will divert it into myself.
Okay. So, Cat, the first attack, which does still hit you, does near enough minimum damage, so you only take 9 points of bludgeoning. Romulus, you, however, you take 26 points of bludgeoning damage, halved to 13. And then
sorry, doing some quick maths real quick. There we go. Cool, got it.
13 points of bludgeoning damage. And then the tail, as you watch as the energy begins to crackle around it, it lunges towards you, and as it catches your chest, you begin to feel this sudden surge of power otherwise move through you, as you take 14 points of necrotic damage. Which is halved to 7, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. And you watch as it regains 3 hit points.
Oh, you little shit.
As it does this, it otherwise turns and begins to thrash towards all of you. That will end its turn. Cat, you're up.
Okay.
As the claw was otherwise redirected towards Romulus, the first two swings, one hitting you, the next swinging around and hitting Romulus.
Right. Then in that case, I am going to. How many of us are there? There's got quite a lot of space around this guy, isn't there? It's not just a single dial. I am going to summon an elemental.
Okay, are you taking a few steps back, or are you just doing that here?
Well, I don't want to provoke an opportunity attack.
Okay.
Because that's going to
What
hurt.
one are you summoning?
I will go with Earth. I will summon Earth as well.
Okay. Otherwise, taking the small vial you have in your pocket and holding it up, as Cychania otherwise begins to gather the energy, shooting it downwards, you watch as earth and stone begins to coil up into a vaguely humanoid form as fists gather in front of it, kind of two long crests of stone that otherwise grow up, dangling with bits of moss as it stands there, poised and ready on its turn. So you're now concentrating on that.
And I can't remember, do I need to give him an order? Is that part of the spell?
As part of the bonus action, I believe you give him an order, yeah.
Okay, and I'll just give him an order. Help free Terrador. He's being controlled. And...
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll say all of you are around it. Given that you gave flanking bonuses to one another, I say Vinny, you went there, Romulus, you went there. And then that leaves room for the next time, and Curve, you're there. So, your Earth Elemental, if I remember correctly from the Earth Spirit, is a medium creature. So please put it where you would like. I've put it next to your tile for the time being. And on Veki would have been standing next to you, so he's probably here, I'd say.
Then I'll probably put him here.
That shares your initiative order.
Okay.
Romulus, Dark Terrador, Cat Curve, on Veki is here, I think. I need to double check my initiative order. Okay. No, he's after Cat. So, as your Earth Spirit begins to take form and attack, you're having it free Terrador. Okay. So, it, in this instance, is going to make 2 attacks. So, if you wouldn't mind rolling me 2 attacks for it, please.
Yes.
It has a +8 to hit on each of these.
Okay, so 2 attacks.
First one misses, second one hits.
Yeah. Okay, and it does 2d10.
2d10 plus 8.
Yeah.
Plus 4 plus the spell's level, so 2d10 plus 8.
2d10 and the green ones, aren't they?
Yep. Oh no, 1d10, sorry, not 2d10.
Yeah.
Because only one of them hit. 3 plus 8 is 11 points of damage. As it otherwise lands a good heavy hit against the Dark Terrador, you watch as bits of the stone begin to crack slightly, but not enough to do a significant chunk of damage.
Okay, and that ends my turn.
Okay.
I'm going to hold my movement. So
You're going to hold your movement?
If it uses its reaction, I'm going to pull back.
Okay. And of your turn, it is on Veki's turn. On Veki, on his turn, is going to he's going to take nothing from this and is going to look to the rest of you. We need this thing taken care of now. That is unfortunately a miss for him. Oh wait, no. Because this is a melee spell, so he'd benefit from flanking, wouldn't he? Okay, then yeah, this will hit. As he is going to cast the 5th level spell, Column Crash. As you watch as he raises up one of his hammers and he swings it towards towards Terrador. Landing a hit against Terrador, Terrador is going to take 6d10 plus 20 bludgeoning damage, which is doubled versus inorganic material. very good rolls to begin with. 59 doubled is 118 damage.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
Okay. You watch as this hits, this almost gathering of elemental energy and earth is pulled along with his hammer and slams into the side of Terador. Okay. Terador, in this instance, needs to make a con save. Okay, he succeeds. You watch as the slam hits into Terador. Terador otherwise shrugs off whatever may have been a stunning effect from this. And you watch as all of the crystals that hover behind and around Terador flash and flare in this moment. Okay. End of Onveki's turn. Curve. You're up.
Okay.
At the beginning of your turn, please make me a charisma saving throw. As the crystals seem alluring to you.
That will be 16 plus 7.
7? Yeah, you're fine. Yeah. As you otherwise look up at the crystals, there's almost a moment of catching you off guard before you kind of shake your head from the effect and continue your focus looking at Dark Terador here.
So if I send my 2 familiars to go and try and claw and peck out the eyes, is that my action or bonus?
That would be the bonus action to command them to do so.
Okay. Well, I'd like to do that, and then Hexblade is a bonus, isn't it? So I would just have to do a plain 2 hits, wouldn't I?
Yes, you would.
Okay. And for the scythe hits, I would like to try and go for the wooden part, specifically around the knee.
Okay. So you're going to have them as a bonus action attack it.
Yes.
Okay. So in this instance, I will say that they are performing the help action. As they begin to attack it, you begin to hear them say, "All right, boss, let's get rid of this thing's eyes." And as they begin to peck, they're like, "Its eyes are made of stones."
You can't pick it out.
Eugene, give it another try. You got it. And they're going to perform the help action, so they'll give you advantage on the to hit here.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I still have to
Okay.
do 2.
So first attack is with advantage, yeah.
Okay.
Total.
With advantage, that's a 9.
Plus-
charisma. Is it plus charisma?
Plus the to hit modifier. Where the weapon should be, there should be a to hit modifier along the same row as it. +8. So a 17 unfortunately misses as you take the swing with the scythe. It otherwise glances off of the surface of the stone itself, not managing to get a good clean hit.
And the second one? Can I
Go
still
for
do
it.
the second? Yeah.
The second one will be without advantage, but it would be with a +2 from flanking.
Oh, that is 11 plus 8.
Okay.
19.
Actually, no, sorry. With the positioning, it wouldn't be with flanking, would it? No, not unfortunately.
Okay. So that's a 19.
19. As you otherwise take a swing with the next one, it otherwise cuts into Terador again, affecting the wooden portion of the leg. Go ahead and make me the damage roll for that, which I believe is 2d6.
5.
Okay, 13 points of damage as you leave a nice cut and groove through Terador's leg. Okay. Back to the top of the round. Vinny, please make me a charisma saving throw.
Oh no.
And you have the criminal background, don't you?
It's a
Or-
slightly customized background, but I believe it was based on that. Yeah.
If it's based on that, please make me this with disadvantage.
That's an 8, I'm afraid.
8. As you otherwise look at Terador, you can see the reflection of the crystals that are now glowing and pulsing with power. And you can't help but feel that they're worth something. And you suddenly get this urge to take them and run. And in that moment, as you are otherwise captured by it, you are incapacitated. You can still move, but you're incapacitated, unable to perform actions this turn. This also means you do not qualify for flanking as well. It only lasts one turn, so at the beginning of your next turn you will have to make another save, but you'll succeed automatically at the end of your turn.
Okay. I don't think there's anywhere I can go that would be helpful, so I will stay here.
Okay. Romulus, start of your turn. Go ahead and make me a charisma saving throw.
Ooh, whoa. Let's see how this goes.
Mm-hmm.
Checking my charisma save. What's the DC?
You don't know yet. No one's met it.
Oh.
You know that very high has succeeded thus far. And what did you get, Vinny?
8.
8 doesn't do it.
14.
Just fails, I'm afraid, as the DC is 15.
Oh, fuck.
As you look up at the crystals, there's a moment of, that's power, raw power I can use, that I can put to my advantage. And as you have that thought in that moment, you are incapacitated. You may move, but you're incapacitated. And if you are not attacked or take damage next turn, you will lose your rage.
Sorry. Do run me by that. Incapacitated is precisely what I'm experiencing right now.
Yes. So you can move, but you cannot perform actions. So you can't perform your action or your bonus action or reactions.
Fuck. Alright, well, someone's got to deal some damage to me unless this thing does, so...
Okay.
Actually...
I think I have 2 idiots right for the job.
Sorry, just to check. This applies from the start of my turn through to the end
To the
start
through
of my
to the end of your turn, yeah.
Right, so theoretically, at the end of my turn,
You would have your reaction.
Noted, thank you.
Yeah. It's just during your turn you don't, but if you're not moving, that will move it on to Dark Terador's turn, who in this moment will see everything that is going on, is going to make one attack versus Onveki, one slam attack versus Cat, and then the tail attack versus the Earth Elemental.
Shit.
Cat, that is a 21 to hit you.
When a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a target other than you, and that target doesn't have this feat, you can use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack against the attacking creature. Technically, it's the end of my turn, therefore I have my reaction. I'm going to hit it.
Yep. Go for it.
Thank you.
Shield? No, I can't shield.
You can't shield because you're holding your movement to...
I tank it like a troop.
Yeah.
I'll be
you
recklessing
can
this.
use your reaction to shield if you want, but then this will mean that you won't be able to move. So your movement action will be wasted.
Okay, so my reaction's not locked.
No.
Okay, then in that case,
Does a 16 hit?
16 does not hit, I'm afraid. As this happens, you try to bat the attack away from Cat, but your halberd glances off of Cat's shield, which I presume you said you were casting.
What did you hit?
21.
Meets to beat, isn't it? There's not much point.
Yeah.
I'll just take it.
Okay, in which case you try to cut the attack away from Cat, but it hits, as the one versus Onveki misses, and the one versus the Earth Elemental also misses, which is a real shame for that tail.
Shit. Oh well, at least technically my thing's maintained now.
That's true. Okay, so Cat, you are the only one hit by this.
Sweet.
As you take... Okay. 16 points of bludgeoning damage, and please make me a Constitution saving throw for your concentration.
I am so glad I got that amulet of health. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and a con save.
And you're glad you brought on Vecchi with you,
That
because
is...
he's got some solid spells for this.
Con save, that is 13?
13. Versus the... How much damage did I say you took? 16?
16.
So versus DC of 10, so yeah, you're fine.
Cool.
You maintain concentration on the Earth Summon Elemental. As this happens, you, as a bonus action, it is going to flare its crystals. So, all those of you who haven't... okay, so hold on. Just rereading what I've written here. All those of you who haven't made a save thus far or have failed a save, please make me a charisma saving throw.
All those that haven't.
That haven't made one or have failed that a saving throw against this in the last round of combat. So
Shit.
everybody other than Curve makes a charisma saving throw here. This also includes your summon here, Cat.
Oh.
Okay. On Vecchi
Oh,
fails.
thank Christ. 17.
Okay.
My elemental.
Your elemental has a +3.
+3.
Yes.
Okay, so my elemental got 12, I got 17.
Okay, you're fine. Your elemental is not. Vecchi didn't make it. Romulus, you said you got a 17, so you're fine. And Vinny?
21.
21. Okay, so all of you except for the elemental one on Vecchi are unaffected by this. As the crystals flare, there is a moment of... You can tell there's a moment of weakness from this Dark Terrador. It is incredibly weak in its current state. But as it does, you watch as on Vecchi's eyes glow purple for a moment, begin to crackle and almost strange elemental fire. And on Vecchi turns to face Cat, hammer held in aggression, as he and the Earth Elemental are now under my control.
Oh, come on!
Cat, it is your go. Dark Terrador, from what you can tell, is incredibly badly wounded.
Okay, and I know that I'm about to clout you with a hammer that's just done a arse ton of damage to Terrador. Okay,
Yes.
here's... In this situation... Cat needs to end this now.
Mm-hmm.
Can't cast Elemental Detonation, that's just gonna blow us all up. Okay, with huge amounts of reluctancy, like a lot of reluctancy, Cat's gonna dig into the only power that has a chance to finish this off. She's gonna use a Black Page.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a d10, if you will. As I now have to go and find my list. I hope this was it. Do you say 5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is just up. Quickly loading itself. Oh, no, this isn't the full version. Okay, let me go and find the full version. I apparently haven't uploaded that correctly. Should be under encounter tables. Yep, so you rolled a 5. Let's see. That is that one. Okay, that is of a level you can cast, so it is not down put. Go ahead and roll me another d10.
This is the one. 5.
5. As you reach out your hand in that moment towards Terrador, there is a moment of recollection of this spell. As the black page is torn, you watch as it begins to crackle across your palm and across the back of your hand as you reach out with it. You grab Terador in that moment, and you watch as Terador begins to grow weaker and weaker. Go ahead and roll me 3d6, please.
3d6.
Okay. Terador's strength score has been reduced by 8. This takes over your new concentration, and your summon elemental disappears.
Okay. Well, that's one less enemy, I guess. Right.
And Terador's strength is reduced by 8, putting it at a wonderful 12.
Okay.
So that drastically reduces the damage of Terador.
That cast is using my spell. What level was that?
4th.
4th level, okay.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll me wild magic, and then you need to roll me 2 wild magics, one for summon elemental and one for this, and then follow that up with
8 and 16.
okay, neither went off, and then follow and obviously spend that as health.
I have just done.
Remember.
That's why I asked
Yep.
what level it was.
Yep.
Okay.
So.
I am. I can't move. I was like, I could run around Terador a bit. No. Becky's about to whop my ass. Yeah, no. Alright, I will. There's nothing I can do with a bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah, I will wait for my impending demise.
Okay. In this moment, as you otherwise look at Onveki, seeing what's going on, you watch as you hear as the crystals begin to lightly hum and affect the area. You all begin to hear as you're in very close proximity. And
was that Google Translated sent backwards?
no.
Sounds almost. I've
No,
done
it
that
might-
before. It's almost exactly that.
It might have cut off, but no, it wasn't. So, I need to double check if this is a saving throw or an attack roll. So, Onveki is going to move here.
Vinny, can you deal with that at all? Because I can hit one person.
He's going to pass this in this direction. Cat and Vinny, I would like the two of you to make me dexterity saving throws, please.
Okay.
For reference, I don't know if any of you have counterspell.
No, only curve.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Ilch might have it.
Which doesn't have it. Okay, so, Vinny?
19.
Okay, 19 is a success. And Cat?
18.
18. So both of you succeed. You take no damage from this spell. As you watch as Onveki raises his hammer and casts a 6th level fissure as he slams it down, the area between which in a path that he carves straight ahead splits and cracks. The two of you just about manage to make it from falling underneath you into the crevices below as stone begins to tumble inwards and squeeze into a pulled shut area. So you just avoided, for reference, 10d6 damage, the two of you. And if you had failed your initial save at the end of each of your turns while you remain buried, you may make strength saves. If you fail, you take 5d6 bludgeoning damage at the end of each turn while buried. And you remain there. And if you remain there for over a minute, you suffocate.
It sounds like a horrible thing you made, Chris.
Strength
Yes.
saves.
It's lithomancy. It's an instantaneous, so the effect doesn't last because you both saved. You take no damage whatsoever.
Okay.
Good to know.
So
God.
this otherwise does nothing as the fissure goes off, cracking the stone in front of you. You get a semblance that there was, as you both look towards Onveki, there's a moment of him under control, and then you watch as there's this slight flicker, and he redirects the hammer as it dissipates and travels off into the nearby stone, a semblance of resistance. And he unfortunately remains under the control of Dark Terrador. Curve, you're up.
Okay. Who are paralyzed currently? Not paralyzed, but what's it called?
Controlled.
Sorry. Could I activate a thing at the end of on Becky's turn?
You use your reaction for Sentinel Note if that matters.
I think it probably does. It's always weird because no, that one does require my reaction. Okay, yep, that's.
Okay.
I shut up.
Nope, that's fine. So Curve, you're up.
Sorry, yes. Was there two people who were paralyzed, not paralyzed, what the word is?
There were two controlled. The summoned elemental has been unsummoned by Kat though when she cast another
everyone's
concentration spell. Yeah. So Onveki is still under the control of Terrador by the looks of it. But you know that Terrador is very weak.
Okay. Would I be able to use bonus action to get my two crows to sort of fly sort of just out of reach of at the top of the creature as sort of a distraction while I Eldritch Blast?
Eldritch Blast from melee. You'll have disadvantage on the attack rolls.
Oh, my bad. I'll just do Scythe then. Murder.
Okay. Okay. Do murder. You have advantage on the first attack roll. And remember, if you want to, you did just pick up your Eldritch Smite as well. If you want to dump in extra stuff.
Yeah, can do. Yes. I have just also rolled a 19 plus 8.
Did you? Yeah, you haven't Hexblade's cursed it because you commanded the crows, so it's not a crit unfortunately, but that is still a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to Eldritch Smite or no?
I mean, if it's not a crit, then how?
It's just it would be 5d8 bonus damage.
Might as well.
For one, it will be one of your spell slots for a 5d8 bonus damage. It's up to you. You can either do a regular hit or use it.
If it's close to death, I'm gonna go without for now.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me the 2d6.
That's 7.
Oh, I completely forgot. Can you make me the charisma saving throw at the start of your turn, please, to see if you'll be affected by this?
Oh, sorry, I'm ignoring
that's
that one.
That's fine. You only pressed R once, so roll it. That's right.
8 plus 7.
15. You just succeed. Sorry. So you are not possessed, or incapacitated. So you do 7 plus how much damage? 7 plus 5?
Yeah.
Okay. It is on death's door.
Ah, okay. Right, end of turn.
You have one more attack.
Oh, shit. Yep, you're right.
You just had advantage on that first one. That's alright.
Nat 1.
Natural 1. It, as a reaction, gets to strike back at you.
Rude.
It is going to... It's going to tail attack, see if it can regain some hit points. That's a 14 to hit. I think that just missed. That misses.
Because that is my constitution?
AC.
AC, not D. I'm really sorry. I'm losing it today. AC 16. There we are.
Yep. So that misses. Okay, Vinny, back to the top of the round. Make me a charisma saving throw, please.
Okie dokie. That's an 8.
8. Unfortunately, you are incapacitated this turn.
Okay, I suppose I do nothing then.
Romulus.
This thing's still fucking alive?
Yeah, just.
Do I have flanking?
You'd have to move one down to get it. Or actually, no, because you'd be across from Vinny, so you'd be fine.
Cool. I'm using all the attacks, all of them. I am recklessing. This thing is dying today.
That hits.
That's
that does
27.
enough. As you otherwise. So, question: are you doing subdue damage?
What was I told before this fight started by Cat?
Don't think Cat said anything other than it could get dangerous.
Yeah, Cat genuinely doesn't know. She wasn't sure if you were going to have to fight or not. So that's a call for you to have to make. You know,
This thing has harmed Cat. This thing has harmed Cat. But Cat was saying she wanted to create this creature, pretty much, as far as I understood.
Mm-hmm.
I will be going for subdual. I think what happens, I take the Ghost Steel Halberd, and it swings down towards this thing. But I think where I would, there's like a very brief moment where I could have gone straight for its head. I think instead the blade of my weapon lodges into its shoulder. Less lethal, but just enough to tax this weary creature, crack along its stone form, and cause it to collapse.
Okay. As you do, the halberd collides with it, and you watch as this dark magic begins to otherwise emanate and kind of crackle from the edges of it. And you watch as those crystals go back to more of a pinkish coloration, its form shifting and changing, and returning to the intended form of Terador.
Ah, it's adorable. Kind of sad I didn't kill it. Now, how much movement do I have? 1, 2. Am I able to move through curve?
You can. I will say combat's over because Odveki's no longer controlled by Terador. As
I
Terador has
still
reached
smack him around the back of the head. Pull yourself together, man.
Okay. Roll me an attack roll with your arms.
I mean, that's
Recklessly still. Just not the damage.
Oh, it's only a 17.
Yeah. You whack the back of the helmet. Unfortunately, his AC is 18 with his plate armor. But as you otherwise strike against the back of his head, it collides, and there's a moment where he's otherwise shaken out of the stupor and goes, That was incredibly dangerous, Cat.
Yeah.
Is everyone all right? Are you
I'm
two
all
okay? Looking at Vinny and Cat.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Fine, yeah, you missed.
Thank goodness. That was a bit much.
So, sorry, was that supposed to happen or not?
No, I'm gonna look down at the arm. No, someone else decided they wanted to interfere.
Do you want to tell me about this?
Okay.
We can speak in more privacy, private areas than out here. Otherwise, looks at the giant crack which has just formed along the edge of the where they'd set up shop, and you can see that people are looking out their windows and looking and seeing what's going on.
Okay.
I better smooth things over. Casting such a big spell at an event like this is probably not going to work well with the locals. So I'm gonna go have a word. You carry on with the rest of your day. Take care of yourselves, and I'll meet you back in the tavern to have a word tonight.
Yeah, I'll explain gonna be my
You
scholar.
bet.
I suppose I should explain everything.
You better. And he heads off to the people and begins kind of talking to them, and you note the Geo wards otherwise rush to his aid, and a few other wizards have arrived as well to see what's going on, and quite a few of them note the giant crack through the area around here.
Can I use mold earth to try and start filling this crack a little bit?
It'll take a while, but I'll allow it. Because he'd do the same, except he's got to smooth things over first.
And Pterodor can dig. He just
That's
shuffles
fair.
some earth.
Pterodor starts filling it back in.
Okay. Since I'm here, I guess I'll help out as well. The shovel.
Okay.
I beckon Eugene and Filch over, and I just say, "Good job, guys." And I pat their heads.
Thank you.
Aw.
Yeah, I suppose. We did a good job, didn't we?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, you now have Pterodor Cat.
Nice. Oh my god, we've got to do this with each of my elementals. This is going to get terrifying.
Given that this was the tank and defensive one, yeah.
Yeah. I've got 4 of these.
And Onveki was here to do 118 siege damage to it.
Yeah. Okay, so just to paint some context for you lot, this is my defensive elemental. I have an assault elemental, a stealth elemental, and I have a fire support elemental.
So you don't want to be around when you bring about the fire elemental.
All right. Cat. This was very dangerous of you, and I'm incredibly disappointed in you.
Okay, when we designed the spell, this shouldn't have happened. This is courtesy of this, gesture into hand.
Then you have failed to do proper preparation and research. The most important part of any development is safety first, which is why we have to take all of these different variables into account. Otherwise, mistakes happen, and mistakes can cost lives.
Eugene could have died.
You could have died, Cat, and what's worse, so could everyone else. How would, if you had survived, someone else had died, how would that make you feel, Cat?
I'd feel terrible, but how do I prepare for something I don't understand? This creature is impossible.
You need to do research. We can't go into things half-cocked. And we need to get hold of people that know about these things. Someone sealed whatever this creature was away. And we know for a fact that someone has created these magics. There must be those that understand them out there in the wide world.
It's true, but I think this is beyond people.
Beings, then.
When I found this creature, there was a 6-winged creature that showed me. I don't know if it's a god. I don't know what it was.
Then we need to research and find out what this creature is.
Is anybody proficient in religion? May make a religion
God,
check for this.
somewhat. We are the least religious party ever.
We did have Lloyd.
I do have proficiency in religion.
Yeah, go for it then.
I guess it comes from coming from the hells. I sometimes pay attention.
Sometimes.
That's a 4.
Okay. No.
No. Herb again did not pay enough attention.
Classic.
Terador otherwise kind of stops over for a moment and kind of lays down on the grass next to you, Cat, after filling in the majority of the fissure.
I'll give him strokes. He's here, and he'll now just stay.
This isn't going to happen again, then.
No. I think this is the arm trying to take control, and now that the control's been broken, Terador is completely mine.
Well, let's hope.
Right. Well, thank you, everyone. Sorry about that, but I'm glad that I did it with everyone around instead of trying to do it on my own.
I'm glad of that as well. I would, if you knew something like this was a possibility, I would have appreciated more warning.
In fairness, I didn't think that this would have taken control. I thought maybe it'd want to be knocked down a little bit, but I am 100% sure that that control definitely enhanced his abilities. That wasn't his power.
Like in the same way it enhances your abilities.
I think so. I don't really know too much how much that relates to such, but from what I get, basically, only stipulating here, but this took control, took control of Terador, and Terador got abilities he wouldn't normally have. The whole mind control thing is not an ability he was designed to have. In fact, I don't even think he has it now.
No.
So, it wasn't so much Terador we were fighting as much as fighting with myself.
Wait, can you control minds? Or not even necessarily control them, but what happened to me? My goals, my desires, the things I'm trying to achieve in this world were twisted against me.
Okay.
Is that what your arm does? Or what you do?
Let's go. We'll talk about this at the tavern. I don't feel comfortable talking around all these people.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Okay. Alright.
So we head over.
Okay. You head back to the tavern, you grab some drinks, you cool down. Terador follows you the whole way and has to go stomping through the city. Residents kind of keep out of the way, seeing the very strange elemental wandering through. A few wizards kind of look and kind of note. But other than that, you just head to the tavern. You watch as Terador otherwise has to kind of curl up outside. Terador can't fit in the actual tavern itself.
Can he communicate with me? Does he have telepathy with me?
Do you speak primordial?
I don't, but he speaks the languages I speak as.
He understands the
He
languages you
understands,
speak.
yeah.
He otherwise speaks primordial.
Okay, right. So we don't have a telepathic bond then.
No.
Awesome. Okay.
No, you can still tell Terador what to do, but Terador can't tell you stuff.
Right. Okay. Then I will just sit. Stay. Oh.
Terador does, kind of sits for a moment, stays there, kind of curls up outside.
Cool.
With one hit point that will heal as of the long rest.
All right.
Okay. You'll head inside, gather your drinks.
Okay. Right. Go somewhere where it's quiet then.
Mm-hmm.
And okay. I'll tell you all. I can't tell you everything, but I can tell you some things. This creature, I found it in a ruins. Well, I was shown it in a dream. Well, not the creature, the ruins. By a six-winged creature. I don't know what it was. It was being of light, I know that much. It showed me how to find a room in the ruins. And I did. I went to the ruins and came to the room. And in that room was a statue and a chain that was wrapped around the base of the statue that was covered in runes. I lifted the chain up and a creature seeped down from above. It was imprisoned there, and Saechania was holding it in position. This ruins was very, very old. I don't know how old this creature is. I've been trying to do some research and looking into this. It has thousands of souls sealed within it. And it's a constant fight. It is constantly trying to take over and break free, and I'm constantly trying to stop it. But I didn't realise the mental abilities of it until recently. This cat sort of like starts tearing up a little bit. When I killed Corsair, well, it killed Corsair either way. It devoured its head. It learned all of its memories, all of his thoughts. Corsair was a good guy. He just wanted to protect his family. He lied about the gold, but it wasn't for malicious purpose. He wanted to help his family start a new life. But then your sister killed his family, and she tried to kill him. She burnt them in the lava. So it has got mental abilities and mental capability. I don't know the extent of its power. I really don't. But this creature's taken everything. I don't know. I don't know what to do about it, how to do. I'm trying to research, I'm trying to learn. There's just no one knows anything about this. I mean, I have an idea. Maybe there might be some information at the ruin, but I can't face going back there yet.
We'll have to face it eventually, but you won't face it alone. Curve, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I'll shove my ghost steel halberd up your arse if you don't keep shut at the moment, alright?
Fair.
So
I'm trying to have a heartfelt moment with my adopted daughter. For fuck's sake. I've gone Sasha, but worse.
Well, let's just hope we don't have to put her down.
Mm.
I think you see Romulus grow to greater height without using Giant's Might, and it's just no one is putting anyone down. Am I absolutely clear?
I am going to stand up and walk to my room.
Yeah, fair enough. Like, my whole thing is being
Oh,
overprotective. So.
That was cool.
To be fair, he did say he was going to turn us to feather dusters.
And I meant it. Right. You won't face it alone. And more importantly, you don't have to do this immediately. It's dangerous, and we need to be careful with what we decide to do. But maybe something along the lines of always making sure we have something anti-magical that we can use. That's part of why I want to get my specific item made. That's one thing I completely forgot about. Is there a place at WizCon for making enchanted items, or at least getting an idea of how much it would cost or take to make an enchanted item?
There aren't. Enchanters come with pre-made magic items. People don't take commissions at WizardCon. People tend to usually get in contact with them if they have an enchanting thing using sending, if they know who they are. Outside of that, not really. Cat would be who you'd have to ask about this.
Just to be clear, I don't think anti-magic's going to help. This is a living organism, and the only thing that's stopping it from gaining complete control is the magical effect of Cytania.
I understand that. However, when your magic gets corrupted and turns evil, I point at Terrador if Terrador's still around.
Terrador's outside.
I point outside, then it may be worth having something that can cut off magic. And whilst things might not be wholly magical, the effects you cast are magical. So your elemental attacks are magical in nature. So if we're able to remove their magical element, we might be able to remove the harm they can cause. Does that make sense, Kat?
It does make sense. Okay. I mean, for future, when there's other elementals, we might have to still fight them. I don't think we can neutralize the in thing, but we can at least in the future go into it expecting.
The more information about you can give us about what the elementals can normally do, we might be able to make a plan.
Yeah, no, now that I know that they will attack, I can break down what I've designed, how I've designed it, and I mean, do expect still there could be more of this fort control stuff, but if we buddy up, then we might be able to support each other out of the thing. If I'd known that you were going to be taken control of, I would have got Jeff to help you. He can help, at least. You know, we all have ways of doing things, so no, I do have to agree. In the future, now that I know this is a thing, I will definitely break down what Voice Summon is capable of and go from there. And next time we'll also have Terrador. He will also be able to help. Which, by the way, Terrador can intercept attacks coming to me and the party, taking the damage as a reaction.
As a general note with regards to with Terrador helping, due to the nature of the spell, you would have to cast it at, I believe, 7th level or higher in order to be able to have Terador help. Because otherwise,
Okay,
Terador
right.
is dismissed when you summon the new one.
Right, I thought that'd be after.
Nope.
Right, then we won't have Terador. But I still have my elementals,
Right, okay.
which would
Okay.
be more specialised. That's what the staff is for.
Good plan. By the way, how come those elementals aren't susceptible to this?
I have a feeling that it could be concentration, because I'm focusing on them elementals, keeping them around. It's more my conscience that's got control, but Terador now just exists. He's bound to this, and I'll gesture to the crystal. So I'm wondering, because I'm not constantly concentrating on Terador, because he has sort of his own free will with limitations, he was able to be influenced.
Okay. What about Jeff? This is actually something I've been wondering for a while. What exactly is he?
Is it familiar? It's also corrupted.
But Jeff can't do any mind control, so what's going on there?
I don't know. Jeff he's not corrupted like Terador was, where initial summoning created some degree of control to the arm. Jeff's possession or control or takeover corruption was a separate entity. It was some slime nerd escaped that I'm assuming Jeff tried to eat. But he's shown no signs of aggravation or hostility. I do keep checking on him. Yeah, I don't know if it's because the amount that's in him is too small to truly have sentience, or whether it's... I genuinely don't know. I guess I could probably try detect thoughts on the little part in Jeff and see if there's much of a response.
Could be risky, but I guess it's worth trying. So, we're going to need to find out more about this temple, right?
Yeah,
The
the
ruin?
ruins.
Okay, well... I don't really know much about ancient history. Nor do I really know anyone who's an expert in it. But I and people like me tend to get around a lot. I do have a few contacts still. I could start asking around, see if anyone knows anything about that sort of thing. Did you happen to get anything identifying about it? Like, there are runes on Sechania, right?
There were, yes. But they disappeared when I removed Sechania. But then they reappeared when that creature saw us in the mountain and he touched her. So I think they're still there. But I don't know how to activate them unless they're just passively active, which is what's enabling me to remain in control to some extent.
So at this point, Unveki walks back in and kind of sits down at the table, which currently during this time of the day is very quiet, but otherwise sits down at the table. I assume you're going through what's happening?
Yeah. And I'll give a quick brief breakdown what I've just said
Mm-hmm.
on Veki.
So, what do you want me to do?
I don't know. I don't know what to do, how to control anything like this. I mean, have you come across anything quite like this? Just in
Can't say I
control.
have. No. Artifacts, and as much as I may dabble in history, artifacts and ancient creatures aren't my purview. I know people who are, contacts of mine. I can try and see if they'd be willing to help. But I'll say this, if I do, they'll be wanting more information from you. Quite possibly a personal visit so they can have a little pry. I know some of them can be a bit eccentric and a bit difficult to handle at times, so I don't know how... Invasive might be the wrong word. I don't know how they'll handle it. But if I were you, maybe have a look through the book vendor who's here at WizardCon. They might have something that might help you. That's all I can say.
Okay.
I've managed to come down the locals, and you did a good job otherwise smoothing the area over. And I've let them know what happened, that there was a elemental causing trouble outside of town, and we've managed to subdue it. Something went wrong with losing control of it and such. They're not happy, but I'm probably going to have to stay in town and sort that out, but for the time being, it'll be okay.
Okay. I will check out the book vendor and see. Is any recommendations on what specifically I should be looking for?
Can't say I know, I'm afraid. That's not the kind of thing I might know about. I believe you, as a sage, I believe was your backstory or background you went with?
I think sage or scholar.
Sage, yeah. So you have the researcher background feature. So this will give you the equivalent of advantage on an investigation check when looking through the book vendor to look for a specific piece of information.
Okay, I then at some point for the remainder of this, I will be going to the book vendor and seeing if I can find anything that's relevant.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, one other thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're not looking to return to the ruins anytime soon, but do you remember where exactly they were?
It's hard to forget. Yeah, I remember exactly where they were.
We might be able to use their location to find out more information about them. If there are any records.
Name of the place, general location on the map.
Okay.
Worst comes to it, we could get someone else to go there and take a look, see if they dig up any details you might have missed.
Depending on how far it is out of my range, I might be able to get one of the other ambassadors to have a look at it. Potentially even get a private squad sent there.
Okay. All
Also
right.
depends what state it's in as well.
There's a giant crater there. The ruins are still there. Mostly. Yeah. I mean, there is someone I think I might know that could help, but I'm not ready to face him. And I don't know how he's going to react.
I don't suppose this is an individual that I am familiar with, is it?
Yeah, the last of my family.
Pell? Wait, was it Pell?
No, your.
That's the other guy. That's the other guy. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry. They're all horribly intertwined. The guy with the chains.
That's also Pal.
Wait, that one was Pell? Shit, I thought that one was I thought that was Grimclaw that was Pell.
No.
No, Grimclaw that had the chains.
Okay.
Let me double check. I think you're right with Grimclaw being the one who has the chains, but
So that was Pell.
I'll be honest. This could.
Oh, was this Fleet Hoof? Fleet Hoof?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's Thamar.
wait, you're
His granddaughter.
related to your Thamar's granddaughter.
Yeah, it just gets better and better, doesn't it?
This complicates things.
In what specific way? I'm sure you're correct, but
There are people looking for you.
I'm aware. That's why I've hidden my name.
Makes sense.
There's a lot of answers to a lot of questions. He's probably gonna want to know what happened to his daughter.
He's not the one looking for you.
What? Who's looking for me?
The dwarven ambassadors in the north, the ones who work out of Hangari, they've been working with individuals in Marrowsmere regarding events that took place at... You mentioned the crater. Is this in relation to Lotus Dorn?
Yeah. The village of Silverthorn.
Yeah. We don't know why or what happened there. Now I can hazard a guess, gesturing to your arm.
Yeah.
They're looking for answers. Anything and anyone. No bodies were recovered.
No. And I think I know where the bodies are. It looks down.
You, as far as we're aware, are the last surviving person. We didn't know you existed, but Hamgari was looking for anybody. Anybody under the Fleethoof name. The MR has been otherwise dealing with it and saying that he knew one was out there. But he's clammed shut. I ain't gonna get involved with your business in this instance. It's up to you what you wish to tell and wish you not. But when you head north, the Hamgari officials are gonna want to talk to you. And I'm not gonna be able to keep this hidden from them either. Every year, around the Frozen Crown, we give a general report on our months. Your name will go down as Cat. People may ask. If they do, I'll have to tell them. I'll be under oath.
Okay.
If you've got something you need to get done, get it done before the end of the year. After that, Hamgari's going to come looking for you. If that means anything, that means you're either going to have to deal with ironmongers or individuals from your home. If you go there sooner on your own terms, it'll come across better. Gives you about 5 months, 6 months before things become a problem.
When's the next WizardCon?
Next WizardCon is in 3.5 months. Or 3 months from the current day of the festival ending. And then it will be 4 months and a week until the Dwarf Council gathering.
Alright, at some point soon, I guess we're gonna have to.
I know it's going to be tough. Get what information you can. I'll do what I can to get what I can get information on this, but this is dangerous, Cat. You should seek help from those who can offer it. If Theomar knows you exist, it's quite possible It's quite possible he might have a way to help you. I've never interacted with Theomar myself, so I can't say what he's like.
Terrifying.
He's not a friendly person.
But the fact
Well.
that he's left messages, and the fact that he's trying to cover things up, maybe what's on the outside isn't as true to what's inside. I also suppose I do owe him.
Can't say.
He's telling him what happened to his daughter.
He puts a hand on your shoulder. None of this is your fault. Don't blame yourself as such. What you need to do, looking at you now, Romulus, is make sure that this is dealt with. If this thing is more powerful than you, this thing is taking over, then you need to become more powerful to bite back. Without my help today, I fear this thing could have quite easily cost you.
Possibly. Luckily, we won't know for certain. We'll do what we can to make sure this doesn't happen again, and if it does, we'll make sure to be ready. Isn't that right, everyone?
Agreed.
Well, if there's any information you need to get, you know where to find me. I'll do what I can.
I appreciate that.
I understand this is a tough thing. People go through similar things, and adults will often tell you what you should be doing with your life. Tell you that you should trust it to an adult and that it's their responsibility. You know fourth tier magic and are making your own spells. You're in a scholarship at the age of 12 or 13. You're skilled in the magic arts of runesmithing, an ancient craft. You're friends with a minotaur of runic magic and brutal strength. A tiefling of good moral guidance, kind heart, and from what I can tell, silver tongue. And the other tiefling who may have not necessarily your best interests at heart, perhaps, but still puts out a good rhythm and is very welcoming and puts in the effort to make sure everyone's okay at the end of the day. You've got yourself some good friends. I'm not going to tell you friendship is magic and it'll win in the end of the day. You need to become stronger. Find out what it is that you need to do to become stronger. How you're going to achieve that. What's the next step? Discover some goals. Make yourself better. I can point you in a direction for that if you want, but I don't know what's going to work for you. Might even be better that you just tell me what you've been doing and you don't take any assignments from me. I'll leave that decision up to you. But don't let it all be doom and gloom. You got the rest of con to watch and go and have fun, enjoy the events. Relax as much as you can. Once this is all said and done, we'll figure things out. Alright?
Okay.
Good. Pats you on the shoulder. If anything goes wrong again, looking at Romulus and Vinny, who are still at the table, you let me know immediately.
We will.
Whatever means you have to get in contact. He otherwise leaves and heads outside. After a stressful event, the unveiling of several pieces of information surrounding Cat or Ellie's background. You gather yourselves, do your best to enjoy the festival. Going around and enjoying the remainder of the event, trying a few of the strange things that occur here and there, a few more wild magic hits here or there, but no successes with flumps, unfortunately. You gather yourself, you'll gather your things, and you prepare for the next leg of your adventure. That's where we'll end our session tonight. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we will see you next week for a continuation of this and the next leg of the party's chosen adventure. Bye-bye.